everybody. Charlie Stevens here. Thank you so much for joining me for another guitar lesson. Okay, in our last lesson we learned about the blues scale. Okay, and in our previous lessons before that we had been learning about this concept of the pedal point, where we play, in the examples we've been looking at, the open string over and over again in between some of our notes. So today I'd like to blend both those ideas and show you how to do pedal point using the blues scale. Okay? Now the reason I wanted to do this lesson is because we already sort of saw this. If you watched my lesson on Runnin' Down a Dream by Tom Petty, that's exactly what this does. So when we learned our blues scale in the last video, please watch that if you haven't checked it out, we learned the B flat was here on the first fret of A, and that's true, right? But we also have a B flat on the 6th fret of E. Okay? So the 5th fret of E, that's A again. That's where it starts over. So the 1st fret happens here again, right? Okay? So we're going to, it's helpful to kind of see this scale on one string because we've seen this already in this song. We also saw it a long time ago on this channel if you checked out Smoke on the Water. That weird note in there that resolves here, that's the B flat, that's the blues note. Okay, that's what both those songs are using. Okay, and they use it here on this string. So I wanted to show you today how it looks like on one string. And then I wanted to do some pedal point where we play the open string too, okay? Okay, so we have E. Next we have G. Next we had A, right? We would play that on the open A string. Instead, we're going to play that on one string, so we can play that here on the 5th fret. That's also an A. Now we have B flat. Well, before we played A, we knew we had 3 notes in a row, right? So from here, I'm going to have 3 notes in a row. So I almost don't even have to think about it. I can think about it like that instead. E, G, A is next, B flat here, then B. Okay? Same as that. What's next in the scale? Usually we go to open D. D is here on the 10th fret. Right, and then usually we finish the scale right here on the E, which is on our 12th fret. That's where it starts over. So we have open, 3, 5, here comes the blue note, 6, 7. This is a pretty big jump all the way up to 10, and then up to 12. And then we're done. Back down 12, 10, 7, 6, 5, 3, open. Okay, so that's the blues scale on one string. Okay, let's do our pedal point where we'll play an open string in between. So I'm going to do 2 E's so I can keep the pattern even. I'll go down, up. Then I'll go down, up on every other note, but every up it will be back to an open string. Right? Sounds cool on the low E. Sounds cool on the high E too. So same frets, same exact scale, just going to sound higher. We'll do it over here on high E now. Okay, anybody who's playing the song EMD by David Grisman would want to know how to play the scale up and down one string. Can be kind of useful. Okay, little theme in the melody does that. But the tune also gives you an opportunity to just go kind of nuts in the blues scale, okay? So lots of different applications for this, okay? Just kind of wanted to show you that. For one, just to tie in some of the stuff we've learned. We did Runnin' Down the Dream. Why did that work? Well, it's a blues scale. Well, hey, it doesn't look like the blues scale we learned, so I wanted to show you a different way to play a blues scale. And we've been doing this on this channel too, where we checked out scales in position. We also been learning them up and down one string. Very important way, if nothing else, just in terms of visualizing musically what's happening. We can see how far away all those notes are now, right? I can see that these three were right next to each other. In our last video, I was explaining that these are next to each other, but they're on two different strings, so it's not really obvious. I can see these are next to each other. I can also see that this one's 2 frets away. See that this one's 3 frets lower than that. See that this one's 3 frets higher. Right? I can just kind of see that stuff. All that stuff is still true here, but it kind of blends into the shape, and I'm not really thinking about it that way sometimes. Sometimes I am, I guess. But, you know, learning how to play up and down one string is great. Just deepen your understanding of how far away stuff is. And also, when we throw on these open string pedal points, we can do some pretty unique stuff that wouldn't be possible without playing on one string, actually. So it's pretty cool. Okay, well, I really hope you enjoyed watching that lesson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in another guitar lesson really soon. Thanks again. Bye.